You can't trust the government's numbers on inflation. Welcome to Saving America. This is your host, Dr. David D. Shine, with a special episode about the roaring inflation rate in this country. Why has it been caused? Well, frankly, do we really care at this point as long as it gets fixed? But if you keep printing money, which is what the federal government has been doing, and running up the federal debt without productivity behind it, you have inflation. Price increase, no productivity with it because you're giving money away, you're printing the money as fast as you can. It produces runaway inflation. We're approaching a level where we are going to be a third world economy, but for the fame of the United States. And frankly, the fame of the United States may not help too much longer if we don't get our act together on the financial front as well as the business and practical front. So what are we hearing? We're hearing that the inflation rate last year was 7%. And oh my goodness, in just 1 month, the month of January 2022, the inflation rate jumped from 7 to 7.5%. Now, again, these are the official federal numbers. But let me tell you something, folks. Anybody who buys gas, eats food, heats their air conditions their home, knows their personal rate of inflation is a great deal higher than this so-called official rate. Further, inflation is regressive. People who are rich don't care if things cost $10 instead of $9. But if you're living from paycheck to paycheck, you care a lot. And in fact, many people, lower income people, are commuting to work and actually have more mandatory gas expenditures and things that impact the pocketbook very quickly. Furthermore, many low income people are tenants, renters. And what we're hearing is those of us who are landlords are going to have to jack up rents to deal with skyrocketing taxes, skyrocketing utilities, and skyrocketing insurance. See how this works? So that the poorest people and the middle-class people are really being hit. Here in Houston, gas went from $1.65 a gallon when Trump left office to $3.05 in Houston the last time I filled up under the Biden administration's. Gee, we took away the Keystone Pipeline. We stopped issuing federal leases for oil exploration on those lands. What sense does this make in a country that is reliant on this? And also, as I've mentioned in another Saving America, most Americans cannot afford and do not have the circumstances to own an electric vehicle. I don't need to get into the electric vehicle discussion. I don't think it's the car of the future. I think it's an interesting car. I've driven in Teslas. They're kind of cool cars, and I think they'll be around, but I don't think that they will be the majority of vehicles on the road. We still need to come up with a better solution. But in the meantime, what are we going to do to fix the problem? Well, first of all, today is primary day. It's being recorded on March 1. And we need to get in and we need to elect fiscal conservatives of either party. But I certainly think that the Democrats have earned a route out of town, preferably tar and feathered as they used to do. And there's only hope that we can produce a Congress and a Senate that has such a large majority of conservatives that they will pass a bill reinstating the Keystone Pipeline, reinstating America's supremacy and independence in energy, and that if Biden vetoes it, that they will have enough votes to overrule and override that veto. And for us, that's it for today. Thank you for joining us on Saving America. This is Dr. David D. Shine asking you to subscribe to one of the many services where you can see or hear this episode.